बोलिए श्रीमद सदगुरु सरकार की जय.
Jai.
Welcome to Swami Ji and welcome to everybody. And Swami Ji has recently been in UK for a short visit to London and Manchester, and it was extremely useful for everyone, and everybody is welcome. Swamiji will let us know what is the format he would like to do the session, which will cover the lecture, explanation by himself, and very important is question answer session for all of us. And whosoever would like to ask question, kindly raise your hand through the app, and please keep your videos on. And once you ask the question, only at that time, please unmute yourselves. Thank you. And over to Swamiji.
Radhe Radhe, Surinder Bhaiya, sabko Radhe Radhe.
Welcome.
So, Bhaiya, just in case somebody doesn't know, if they want to raise their hand, I think you have to click the little icon that says reactions, right? And then from there, it gives you the option to raise your hand.
Yes, please.
At least that's how it is on my phone. So just in case anybody doesn't know, if you want to ask a question, that's the protocol we're trying to follow. In the Zoom app itself, you can raise your hand by clicking on the reactions icon at the bottom of your screen. And then it gives you one of the options is raise hand. And Bhaiya, is there anybody joining us for the first time, joining the Zoom satsang for the first time?
Yeah, there will be many of the individuals, and they can introduce themselves. Anyone new who would like to introduce himself or herself, please, you can introduce yourself to Swamiji. Swamiji, would you like to introduce them now or later?
Wait.
राधे राधे. ये कौन है? आयांश.
Yes, my name is Avyans.
अच्छा, राधे राधे.
Radhe Radhe. My son is he's just 6 years old and he is really excited to speak. So he's trying
Radhe
to
Radhe.
unmute. Yeah, Radhe Radhe. Now mute it.
Is anybody else joining us for the first time, or maybe you attended the satsangs when I was there and this is your first time joining the Zoom satsang? Just want to say hi to you if you're joining us for the first time.
राधे राधे स्वामी जी, हम लोग यहाँ पे यूके में मुलाकात हुई थी आपसे.
राधे राधे, मुझे याद है. कैसे हैं? सब ठीक है?
सब ठीक है. आप ठीक हैं?
हाँ, बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ.
राधे राधे.
Radhe Radhe.
राधे राधे. शौर्या ना, मुझे याद है आपसे मिले थे उनके घर में.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji. We
Rad-
met in the Lakshmi Narayan temple when you were.
I remember.
Yeah.
You came for the Gita class.
Yes.
What's your name?
Arhat.
Arhak.
Yeah.
Arhak. Radhe Radhe. Nice to see you again. So the main focus of anybody else?
My name is Aroha and I played football with you.
Oh, Aroha, I remember. You turn your video on so I can see you. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
You came to the Manchester Gita class, right?
Yeah.
Good to see you. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
So, anybody else?
Yeah. Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
Radhe
My
Radhe.
name is Yatin Chaudhary. I am connecting here from Munich, Germany, actually. So, yeah, so I mean, this is my first time actually attending the live session also, and I haven't met like you in person so far. But yeah, I mean, in future, maybe in UK or maybe in Europe or some other time, if you come here, then definitely we'll meet. And I actually saw yesterday also you were live actually on YouTube, answering some questions
That's
online.
right. Yes.
Yeah. So so that was like first live session I attended like that. I was listening just only at that time, but yeah. So this is my first Zoom live session, like face to
That's
face,
great.
or talking to you. Yeah.
So glad you can join us. Nice to meet
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Radhe Radhe.
Nice to meet you. Radhe Radhe. Obviously.
Yatin Bhaiya, no problem. Varsha Didi, welcome. Welcome, Varsha Didi.
Radhe Radhe, Bhaiya, and Radhe Radhe Swami
Radhe
ji.
Radhe. Radhe Radhe, कैसी हैं वर्षा दीदी? सब ठीक है?
I'm good, and the kids miss you so much. Like they ask, they still ask every day.
उनको भी राधे राधे बोलिए
Yeah, they
मेरी
just.
तरफ से.
Otherwise, they would have loved to join.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. So today, the focus, the centerpiece of our satsang will be Shri Maharajji's short lecture that we'll be showing. But before we show the lecture, it's about a 7-minute lecture and it has English subtitles. Maharajji's lecture is the most important part because you get to hear from his divine voice. And when you hear his divine voice, not only are you understanding, like if I explain something to you, the very same thing, you might understand it intellectually. But when you hear Shri Maharajji's divine voice, his grace enters your heart. So you're getting the divine phenomenon. You're getting the divine effect of Maharajji's grace just through the sound of his voice and through seeing his picture on the screen. So that's why it's so important we take some time to see Shri Maharajji's video speech. And today's lecture is about, actually, it's a short talk he gave on Swatantra Divas, India's Independence Day. So although I know it's not Independence Day, but I like the topic because he discusses who is really independent. And he talks about 3 different types of individuals. So some of this we covered in our lectures and classes when I was in the UK. So let us just review a couple of the topics that Maharajji is going to be touching upon. Then we'll watch Maharajji's lecture, and afterwards we'll have some follow-up talks as well and any Q&A. And if we have some time, then we'll also practice a little bit of sadhana, a little bit of Rup Dhyan, which Shri Kripaluji Maharaj teaches us. So one of the main points that Maharajji is making is about souls that are under Maya or beyond Maya. So does anybody remember the terminology that we have for what Sanskrit term do we have for someone who is under Maya?
Mayadhin.
Yes, Mayadhin. Very good.
Good.
Adhin means under the control of. Mayadhin. And who is Mayadhin?
Someone who is conditioned by material.
Well, as a specific example, all of us are Mayadhin. Mayadhin are ordinary souls, are all Mayadhin.
स्वामी जी आप म्यूटेड है.
Oh. What is the terminology for someone who is beyond Maya? What term do we use?
Mayadhish.
Not Mayadhish. That's coming up next. Yes, Mayatit. Atit means beyond Maya. And then, so Mayatit is a soul like us who becomes God realized. We do devotion, we become surrendered to Shri Krishna, and with his grace, we go beyond Maya. Then we become Mayatit. We're beyond the effect of Maya. And how about the one, well, what does someone mention the term Mayadhish? Adhish means the controller of. Who is that?
Radhe Govind, Lord Krishna.
That's right. Bhagwan himself is Mayadhish. We are Mayadheen, and anyone who goes beyond Maya, who attains God, they are called Mayatit. Also, as a review, do you remember what are the three tattva? I want to see if anyone who joined the Gita class can remember that. Aroha, you remember? What are the three eternal tattvas, the three things that exist since eternity?
Maya.
Yeah, good. Very good.
There's three infinites. I forgot the other two. But
That's right. There's three infinites. Very good. Maya is one of them. And we actually just mentioned the other two. One is Mayadhish. Who's that?
I think one is Brahma as well.
Brahm. Yeah, or Bhagwan.
Yeah.
God. Very good. So we have Maya, we have God, and what's the third one?
Radhe Radhe, Jeev.
Yes, Jeev. Very good.
Soul.
Jeev means all the souls. And souls are either under Maya or they're beyond Maya. So we have three eternal tattva, souls, Maya, God. Souls are always looking for God, but they're under Maya. And if they reach God, then they go beyond Maya. So now Jagat Guru Shri Kripaluji Maharaj is going to tell us who is independent. The one who is Mayadheen, are they independent? The one who is Mayatit, are they independent? And is Mayadhish independent? That's what today's topic is about. Before we start Shri Maharajji's video, does anybody have any questions that they want to ask? You'll also have a chance after the video if you think of something. Okay, so let's go ahead and start Shri Maharajji's lecture. It's just a short one, 7 minutes, so we can all pay attention.
दिवस है। वास्तव में कोई स्वतंत्र नहीं है। अनंत कोटि ब्रह्मांड के आवागमन में घूमने वाले सभी जीव माया के अधीन हैं।
no.
वो माया के अंतर्गत काल, कर्म, स्वभाव, गुण, बहुत सी चीजें हैं जिनके अधीन है मनुष्य हो, पशु हो, पक्षी हो, कोई भी हो। और हम लोग में कुछ माया से परे भी होते हैं, लेकिन वे भगवान के अधीन हैं। मायाधीन को माया नचाती है और भगवान के अधीन महापुरुषों को माया नहीं छू सकती, लेकिन भगवान के अनुसार चलना पड़ता है, वो भी अधीन है। और भगवान भक्त के अधीन हैं। हम भक्त पराधीनो। इसलिए न भगवान स्वतंत्र है, न भगवान को पा लेने वाले भक्त स्वतंत्र हैं, और मायाधीन तो बेचारे परतंत्र है ही। हम लोगों का अनुभव है। लेकिन हम लोग बक करने में टॉप करते हैं। अहंकार के कारण हम किसी के आगे सर नहीं झुकाते, हम किसी के आगे हाथ नहीं फैलाते। एक एक क्षण जो माया के अधीन है, वो ऐसी बकबक क्यों करता है? आश्चर्य है। काम के अधीन, क्रोध के अधीन, लोभ के अधीन, बड़े बड़े पीछे लगे हैं, और फिर भी हम बोले जाते हैं। यहाँ हमारे गांव में एक कहावत है कि दुनिया को एक झापड़ लगाओ तो वो कहता है अब की मारो तो बताऊं, फिर मार दिया, अब की मारो तो बताऊं। पिटता जा रहा है और बोलता जा रहा है। महापुरुष लोग कहते हैं हम किसी के अंडर में नहीं हैं। ठीक है, तुम माया के अंडर में नहीं हो, ये भावार्थ है, लेकिन भगवान के अधीन हो। भगवान अकेला बचाओ जो कहता है स्वतंत्र है, लेकिन अच्छी है, भक्तों की सर्विस करते हैं। गंदी गंदी सर्विस साधारण जीवों की। सेनयोर उभयोर मध्य रथम स्थापय अच्युत। कृष्ण, दोनों सेनाओं के बीच में रथ खड़ा करो, ऑर्डर। करना पड़ता है। जो काशन होगा अर्जुन का युद्ध के बीच में भी, वो सब मानना पड़ता है। अपढ़ गंवार संत 99% हुए हैं हमारे संसार में। एक करमैती बाई, जन्ना बाई, तमाम इनकी भी गुलामी किया है। तो स्वतंत्रता की जो असली परिभाषा है वो ये है कि कुछ लोग माया से स्वतंत्र हैं और कुछ लोग भगवान से स्वतंत्र हैं। मनमाना माया से स्वतंत्र जो है नहीं वो कहते हैं हम हैं, और भगवान से स्वतंत्र वही लोग हैं जो माया के अंडर में हैं। लेकिन माया का परिणाम दुख है, उनकी गुलामी वाला दुख भोगता है, और भगवान की गुलामी में आनंद है। इतना बड़ा अंतर है। भगवान संबंधी काम क्रोध लोभ मोह सब में आनंद है, और संसार संबंधी काम क्रोध लोभ मोह सब में दुख ही दुख है। इसलिए भगवान संबंधी आनंद यानी भगवत प्राप्ति करना ही वास्तविक स्वतंत्रता का लक्षण है, और उसी के लिए प्रयत्न करना चाहिए।
श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय. So let us review this topic that Maharaj Ji was discussing about Swatantrata or independence. So in the end, what Sri Maharaj Ji said was, actually nobody is independent out of the, whether they are Mayadheen, Mayatit, or Mayadhish Bhagwan, all three are dependent on somebody. So can somebody tell us the first one, Mayadheen, the souls who are under Maya, how are we not independent? Give one example.
Example there.
You can raise your hand if you want to give the answer. How are Mayadheen souls not independent?
We hunt.
They need air, water, and other normal things that we need to survive.
Okay, good. So we're dependent on
And food.
we're dependent on Mike things of this world that we need to live. Very good. So we're dependent on Maya. We're under Maya. Now, how about someone who is beyond Maya? Mayatit. So those are God-realized saints. They now are not under the influence of Maya. They can even go to God's divine abode and stay there. But they are also dependent in some way. What did Maharaj Ji say? Yes, Ravi Bhaiya.
Radhe Radhe Maharaj.
Radhe Radhe.
So they depend on God to
Yes.
get out of the Maya.
That's right. So now, even though they're out of Maya, they still function with the will of God. Right now, the way it works is God sits inside of us and gives life to our soul. So in that way, even we are dependent on God, but we don't listen to the will of God currently. We listen to our own will, which is itself distorted by Maya. Maya influences our mind, makes us forget that we're a divine soul who belongs to Shri Krishna. And therefore, we just desire all the Mayic things. So you can say that Maya is distorting our will and in that way controlling us. So right now we're under the effect of Maya and we're not operating with the will of God. But after God realization, now the soul is free from Maya, then whatever they do, they're doing with the will of God. So after God realization, a soul is perfectly dependent on God as the soul was meant to be. So now the soul doesn't do anything themselves. Everything the soul is doing, God is making them do after God realization. But right now, we are independent in this way that we are deciding what actions to take or not to take according to our own desires and our own understanding, and we're ignoring God. And after God realization, we don't have to do anything anymore. We just keep enjoying divine bliss, and whatever is the will of God we'll be doing automatically once we become a Mahapurush. So souls are under the power of Maya, so they are not independent. God realized souls are under the will of God, so they are not independent, although that's a good thing. That's a blissful situation. Now, what about God? What did Maharaji say about Shri Krishna? Is Bhagwan independent?
No, he is also adhin to the bhaktas, the devotees.
Very good. So think of it, think of it this way. There are, just like we said, there are three tattva. We can also understand it like this. There are three main powers. There's Maya Shakti, the cosmic energy that God uses to create the universe, or the whole world is made of Maya Shakti, the cosmic energy. Then we have Jiva Shakti. That's all the souls taken together make up God's soul power, or Jiva Shakti. And then we have the supreme power, Swarup Shakti. That's God's personal power. So right now, souls are under the influence of Maya Shakti. Once they get freed from Maya Shakti, then they are governed by, so right now we're governed by Maya Shakti. When we get independence from Maya Shakti, then we become governed by Swarup Shakti, God's blissful power, God's personal power. And God is the governor of Swarup Shakti. So God realized souls are governed by Swarup Shakti. God is the governor of Swarup Shakti. However, Swarup Shakti also has an essence. The essence of Swarup Shakti is called, does anybody know offhand? Anybody can tell me what is the essence of Swarup Shakti?
राधा रानी जी
आप तो 3 कदम आगे चले गए.
sorry very sorry.
The first step, essence of Swarup Shakti, is called, I'll give you the English, it's the blissful power. What do we call that?
प्रेम शक्ति
अब आप 2 कदम आगे हैं.
sorry भैया
1 कदम पीछे आ जाइए. तो स्वरूप शक्ति का सार है ह्लादिनी शक्ति.
भैया आप म्यूट कर हो गए भैया आप म्यूटेड है
अच्छा पता नहीं कैसे म्यूट पे हो गया मैं. So the essence of Swarup Shakti is Hladini Shakti, the blissful power. So the bliss is the most important thing. And then even that blissful power of God that makes God eternally blissful, and any soul who surrenders to God that Hladini Shakti makes them equally blissful as God. That Hladini Shakti also has an essence, the sar of Hladini Shakti. Hladini Shakter Paramasar Taro Prema Naam. Ab aapki Prema Shakti aa gayi. So Prema Shakti is also called Bhakti. Prema Bhakti, Prema Shakti. So this is divine Bhakti, or also called divine love. Therefore, we can say the essence of divine bliss is divine love. So this love is not like a feeling somebody gets in their heart when they have affection for another person. That's the feelings of this world. This love is the supreme divine power. That power is Shri Krishna's supreme power, and that power, when received by a soul, gives them the experience of ultimate, infinite divine love. So far you understood that the essence of Swarup Shakti is the blissful power, Hladini Shakti, and the essence of that is Prema Shakti, the divine love. And the essence of this divine love is the Mahabhav, Radharani. But today we'll just stay in the area of the Prema Shakti, the divine love power, because Maharaji was mentioning that God himself is under the power of something. So he is under the power of his divine love. That divine love is so great that even Bhagwan himself is subservient to it. So it is also called Bhakti. Didi. Oh, अच्छा एक मिनट में एक और दूसरे कमरे में चला जाता हूँ, कुछ आवाज आ रही है. ठीक है, अब शांति है. So now look at the words. We have divine bhakti. The one who receives divine bhakti is called a bhakt. That's why we say Bhagwan भक्त के पराधीन होते हैं. Aham bhakt paradhinaha. Sri Maharaji quoted that verse from the Bhagavatam. So although we say, oh, I'm a bhakt because I worship God, but the actual definition of a bhakt is the one who is in possession of the divine bhakti, divine prem. That is the true definition of a bhakt. So we are not bhakt yet, but because we're doing sadhana to receive bhakti, so we are called a sadhak. We're doing sadhana, so we're a sadhak, and our goal is to become a bhakt. And when we get the divine bhakti, then we'll be a true bhakt. So that bhakti is so great, it makes Shri Krishna forget his bhagavata. Bhagavata means his godly status, that I'm God, I'm the supreme ruler. He forgets that, and he drowns in the love of his bhakt. And that love is Shri Krishna's own power. His own prema shakti makes him forget his godliness. But now the bhakt is in possession of that prema shakti. Therefore, that bhakt even has power over Shri Krishna. So through explaining all of this, Shri Maharaji was telling us that nobody is independent. Even Bhagwan is not independent because he is subservient to his bhakt. And the bhakt is subservient to Bhagwan. And the Maya, but the soul is subservient to Maya. So in fact, nobody is independent. But being independent from Maya is the main goal. Once you're independent from Maya, then you have divine bliss. So, and the goal is actually to be dependent on God and have God be dependent on you. That's the divine relationship we want to get. So does anybody have any questions based on these topics from Maharaji's lecture?
Yes, Vihant.
So when we say God is not, even God is not independent, then who created this universe?
Okay, so that's two different situations. God is God. So God is the creator of the universe. And from the point of view of his existence, God is not dependent to anybody. We are dependent to God for our existence, and the universe is dependent to God for its existence. God is not dependent to anyone from that point of view. But from the point of view of love, God becomes dependent. That's the greatness of love. That's the greatness of bhakti. That even though God is supremely great and has no dependence on anybody, he forgets about being independent and just becomes, see that, to help you understand, we'll use an example. When Shri Krishna is with his mother, Yashoda Maya, he might be crying to get into her lap, like she's busy doing some household chores. And Shri Krishna is saying, I want to get into your lap, pick me up. And he's pulling at her sari, and he's just crying and saying, Mommy, pick me up. I want to be in your lap. So how is it that God is crying to get into the lap of a soul? It should be the soul who's crying to get into the lap of God. How did the tables get turned? Well, Shri Krishna has a rule that however his bhakt loves him, he loves the bhakt the same way in return. And since Maya Yashoda is a true bhakt, she has Shri Krishna's divine love power, and she loves him as her own son. Therefore, Shri Krishna in that relationship completely forgets his godliness. And he only feels that she's my mother. So then how will a small child feel about his mother? He'll want to be in her lap. He'll want her to hold him. So Shri Krishna actually wants Mother Yashoda's love. He actually wants her to pick him up and embrace him. It doesn't mean he's not God anymore. He is still looking after all the operations of the universe during this same time. And at the same time, he has forgotten he's God and he is just loving his mother. If he doesn't forget he is God, then no such sweet loving relationships and no such sweet leelas would be able to happen, because he would say, well, I'm God. I don't need anything from any soul. So you can love me the way a mother loves a child. That's fine, but I don't need your love. But he actually forgets about that because his power of divine love is so great that in that exchange between Bhakt and Bhagwan, he's getting a higher level of divine bliss than what he gets just being on his own. When he's on his own and he's just enjoying his own state of divine bliss, he still has infinite bliss. But the bliss he gets from the loving interaction with his bhakt is much greater. One is called Swarupanand, one is called Manasanand. Swarupanand is God's naturally blissful state, and Manasanand is the bliss he gets when he's having the loving relationship with his bhakt, where the prema shakti is being basically given back and forth between bhakt and Bhagwan. So even Bhagwan forgets his status as Bhagwan, and the bhakt forgets their status as an individual soul, and they only are conscious of their loving relationship. In the example I gave, that I'm your mother and Krishna, you're my son. That's it. That's the only thing remaining. So in that way, God forgets he's God, but that doesn't mean he's not God. He's still God. So he's technically not dependent on anyone. But because he forgets his godliness, if Maya says, okay, time for bed now, Kanha has to go to bed. He can't say, I'm God, I don't have to listen to you. He goes to bed. So see, God has become dependent on the soul. This is just one example. There are many examples of Shri Krishna with his friends, the Gwalbals, Shri Krishna with gopis, where he's completely absorbed in their love and not conscious of his divine status as God. Varsha Didi, you had a question?
Yes, Radhe Radhe Swamiji. So it's we, like, I have chosen the path of family, like the grahastha life, like we live with family, kids, so many other relations and relatives. So in that context, how do we get rid of Maya? I mean,
So Maya doesn't mean all of those things. See, Maya, the Mayic world is always here, and actually the Mayic world is useful for us. The Mayic world is the means of reaching God, and the Mayic world is here to support our body. So if you have a family, you have a few more responsibilities. You have to make sure your kids are also supported. That's fine. So people have more responsibilities or less responsibilities, but even if someone isn't involved in the family, they still have Mayic needs. They still have a body they have to take care of. So from that point of view, we're all in the same boat. We all live in this Mayic world, and we're all trying to reach God. So how to do it? We just have to direct our mind towards God. The body has to be maintained. Okay, do it. The family needs to be taken care of. Okay, do it. But direct your mind towards God. Know that you are a divine soul who belongs to Shri Krishna. So take time out every day to practice some devotion like you learned in the programs that you attended. Roop Dhyan, you have to practice Roop Dhyan every day, sitting and doing a little kirtan or listening to some kirtan and doing Roop Dhyan. And the rest of the day, keep doing Radhe breathing. Radhe, as you inhale, say Ra. As you exhale, say Dhe. That will keep you connected to Radha Krishna throughout the day. The sadhana that Sri Kripaluji Maharaj has taught us is not complicated, but it does require the discipline to integrate it into our daily life. He knows that we're busy and distracted, but he's given us practices that can be integrated into our daily life. Now it's up to us to do those. Does that make sense, Varsha Didi?
yes, definitely. I think I have some more context now. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Arhat.
I have two questions. One
Sure.
is that isn't Maya the cosmic energy of the world? Like
Yes.
how everything is created because of Maya, because energy which created the world.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
And the second question is, why did Bhagwan's avatar need to feel pain? Because if he's God, can't he just solve everyone's thing while giving gyan and knowledge to everybody on earth?
He doesn't actually feel pain. He might do some acting like he feels pain, but he doesn't feel pain. Yeah, God is blissful all the time, 100% of the time. But in his leelas, he can do acting as if he's angry. He can do acting as if he's in pain. He can do all that acting, but he's actually blissful all the time.
And my dad is asking, is there any way to be independent? And why would you need to be independent?
No, actually we don't. We want to be independent from Maya. That's the real independence, but we don't want to be independent from God. We want to have a loving relationship with him. And in the loving relationship with God, we are dependent on him and he's dependent on us. Just like I gave the example of Mother Yashoda and Shri Krishna.
And if Maya is the energy which created the universe and everything, then doesn't God also need Maya to function as energy?
God doesn't need Maya. See, Maya during the Pralay period, when God dissolves the universe, then Maya goes dormant and just stays in a subtle form within Shri Krishna. So at that time, Maya is not doing anything and God is still the same. So see, Krishna isn't dependent on Maya in any way. Krishna's divine world is still there when Maya is dormant. The only reason Shri Krishna activates Maya is that all the souls who are under Maya aren't free, even during Pralay. So he has to activate the universe and give those souls under Maya the chance to take birth again. Then in the Mayic world, he can introduce all the knowledge that we're getting through Shri Kripaluji Maharaj. And with that knowledge, souls can surrender to God and then get the divine bliss and enter into the divine world of Shri Krishna. So, excuse me. So that's why he does the creation of the universe, but he himself doesn't depend on Maya.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hema Didi, did you have your hand up? No? Okay. I see Vehant. You have your hand up?
If God created Maya, then why doesn't he depend on it?
Okay, God didn't create Maya.
Or was it already there?
It was already there because it's eternal. It's infinite. So God didn't create it, but he controls it. He controls Maya. Maya doesn't control him. Maya doesn't have a mind of its own. It can't even activate itself to make the universe. God has to activate it and keep it running. Does that make sense?
Yes, but then how does he stop it? Why should he stop it? Because you said that the people who are under Maya need another chance to be rebirthed.
Yes.
So then why does he stop it?
He stops it to give it a reset. You know how if you turn your computer off and turn it back on, sometimes it runs better. If you just keep it on all the time, it starts getting glitches. That's the nature of all Mayic things. Just like you need to sleep at night, you reset, you refresh, you start again in the morning. So the whole universe gets a reset when God stops Maya. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I see Aro has a question.
Hi, it's Radhe Radhe. It's Aroha's mom here. I would like,
Radhe.
yeah, I would like to ask that you said there is a soul power and there is God, like Swarup Shakti. So
Yes.
my question is this both different? I mean, God and soul, are they different?
Yes, there are similarities, but there is also a difference. The difference is that we are individual entities. In other words, we have our own self, and we do our own thinking, we make our own decisions, and we do our own karma. God does not control our karma. So we are actually a distinct entity from God. Now, we are also not separate from God, physically speaking, because God pervades everything. And also, since God is the soul of our soul, God resides within our soul and gives life to us. From that point of view, we are not separate from God, but we are distinct from God in that we have our own free will, distinct from God. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah, so the idea that soul is God, that's not a complete idea. That's that's a part of the picture. You can say soul is God because, okay, I could make that argument since God pervades every particle of my being, then where is the difference between me and God? Okay, from that point of view, I can say I am God. But from the point of view of I'm a very limited personality with limited understanding, I'm under the bondage of Maya. I'm under the bondage of karma. I do karma and I get the results. So I'm obviously a limited being. That's the nature of a soul, whereas God has unlimited power. God is beyond Maya. So God is a separate entity from the souls in that way.
Yeah. And my second question is why this Maya was created?
Excuse me again. Yes, Maya eternally exists. So Maya was never created from nothing. It's an eternally existing energy. The universe is created at a certain time, and then it's dissolved, but then it's created again. It's an eternally existing cycle of Srishti and Pralay, the creation and dissolution of the universe. But this cycle of Srishti and Pralay never began, and the Mayic energy was never created. It's always been here. But we could say, then why does God do Srishti? Why not leave the Mayic energy in a dormant state of Pralay? And that part I just mentioned about God wants to give the souls under Maya the chance to attain him. And they can only do that during the creation phase, during Srishti.
Okay. Thank
If
you.
you want this, I know that's kind of a difficult concept to grasp initially. So if you want more review of that, you can listen to Shri Kripaluji Maharaj's lectures on YouTube. He covers this topic many times, and also in his book Premras Siddhant. So these are invaluable resources to us. You should keep listening to Maharaji's short lectures and keep reviewing. So I see three more people with their hands up. So let me go in order. First, Ravi Bhaiya.
Yes. So if in the Gita lecture, you mention the attachment is the source of the pain we get. If getting into attachment is also a form of Maya, can we consider that? And if, for example, now say every child who listens to Gita, they decide not to go into the Maya of once they get older or we get married, we get our family. If they decide not to do that, then how the culture will go ahead? Or is it already a planned thing or planned Maya of the Bhagwan? Thank you.
Yeah, that's not a practical possibility. Think of how many people actually have any kind of interest in spirituality. And out of those people, how many practically follow what they're being taught? So would we ever reach a state where everybody decides, oh, I'm just going to take sannyas? No, it's never happened in the history. So it's not a practical possibility. But if some person decides that that's the path they want to follow, then that's great for them. I see Vaibhav Sharma has the hand up. Yes, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe bhaiya.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. So who has the question? I forget your name. Can you tell me your name again?
My name is Virinda.
Vrinda. Now I remember. Yeah. Okay, Vrinda, what's your question?
Like you said, a soul power. So what is the soul power?
The soul power is Krishna's power, and he gives it energy. He gives it power. And if you take every soul that exists, like you, me, every human being, every soul living in every plant and animal on this world, or anywhere in any galaxy, anywhere in the universe, all the souls together, if you take them all together, that's Krishna's soul power. So we are each called a part of his soul power or a fraction of his soul power. And if you add up all the souls together, it equals Krishna's soul power.
Thank you.
That makes sense? Okay. Radhe Radhe. And Vehant, I see one more question here.
So when you said God resets the Maya, how
Yes.
long does it take? And if he resets the Maya, does he do it when a human is living? Like, so say, would he do it now, for example?
Well, when the pralay happens, I don't really know if you're asking like, would it be scary or what would it be like if God decides now it's time for pralay? I don't think we have to worry about that. That's already happened infinite times anyway. Infinite times pralay has happened and infinite times the srishti happens again. So, when will it happen? Will we know it's happening? I don't think we'll know it's happening. I think it'll just happen and we'll all go inside God and not even know. It'll be like we're sleeping. And then your second question about how long it takes. See, during the pralay, our time energy, there's one thing called kal. The kal energy is also dormant during the pralay. So there's no measurement of time during that pralay. Now, in the divine world, God is there and all the divine souls are enjoying. They're not affected by the pralay of this world. But it's actually impossible to say how long does the pralay last, because during that time, the time energy itself is dormant. Does that make sense?
No, because then how does things keep on running? Say we need to take breath. Energy is required to push the wind.
Yes. So during that time, there's no breath and nothing is running. Everything is dormant. Everything is like hibernating. There's nothing, there's nobody actively in the world. The
So
whole
then how
world.
can we live in it? How can we live in it when
we're
we
not
have
living,
no air?
Yeah, we're not living in the world at that time. We don't have a body. At that time, just our soul with no body is staying inside of God, like sleeping. And the universe doesn't even exist, but it exists as a seed within God. And it stays like that. And then God activates it. Then the universe is produced again. Then he gives us a body and we go out and we take birth again. So during the pralay, there's no need for air, water, anything, because everybody is just dormant within God.
So technically we just fainted on the ground and we just went up to God.
Kind of like that. Yep. And then we just wait until God creates the universe again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, very nice session. So nice to get to spend this time with everybody. Nice to see everybody again. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
And we'll have another set. I guess, Bhaiya, will we try to go back to the first week of the month? Or what?
Yeah, as you will, would you like to consider the next session after 3 weeks instead of 4 weeks?
Give me 1 second to look at my schedule here.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
Radhe Radhe.
I'm asking about the Gurukul classes. You said there will be some Gurukul classes which I could join.
Yes. Can actually, I might not have the exact details. So Surinder Bhaiya, can you give the details for the Gurukul classes?
Yeah.
And is it like every month or every week?
I think it's every week, right?
Chitra Didi,
Every Sunday.
Can you cover that, please?
Is that Vehant? Is that Vehant who's asking?
No, he answered.
Okay. So is it the one who is asking? He's in Manchester, right?
No, I'm in Hounslow. You came to Lakshmi Narayan Temple in London.
Okay. So where are those classes are going on right now, Surinder Bhaiya?
Yes. So the face-to-face classes are not happening at this moment. It's primarily online classes, which I have requested Chitra Didi to give the timings for Saturday. Didi, please go ahead. Chitra Didi.
Radhe Radhe. Arhat, how old are you?
I am 12 and I'm going to turn 13 this July.
Okay. So at the minute, the 13 to 18-year-olds, or mostly 13 to 15, 16-year-old children's classes are not happening because they're doing GCSEs and other exams. But for 5 to 12-year-olds, we have classes on Saturday evening, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m.
Okay.
If you just type your details, contact number there, I'll send you all the information. So face-to-face are happening in Manchester only at the minute. And they're on Sunday morning, 10 to 11 a.m. And online for 5 to 12-year-olds is Saturday evening, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. And for the teenagers, they'll be Saturday morning, 7:30 to 8 a.m.
Okay. I'll just message you the information. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe.
Bhaiya, there's quite a few children from the Gita class today.
Yeah, I was so happy to see that.
Yeah. Everyone's missing you. They all want
And
you.
also Vrinda from the home satsang.
Yeah.
Yes, Swami.
Radhe. And
Radhe.
yes, Surinder Bhaiya, 3 weeks from now will be good. That'll be the first week of June.
Right, Bhaiya. So that will be the 6th of June.
Yes.
Is second Thursday of every month not possible for you, Bhaiya?
Yeah, anything is possible. I mean, even the week after that, I'm available.
If it's going to be every month, second Thursday is preferable to the first Thursday for us.
Is that true for everybody? Maybe I should let you guys discuss. I'm not, Chitra Didi, I'm not sure if you're speaking for everybody or for just a few people that you've spoken to.
No, just for a few people in Manchester. I don't know about how other people are placed.
So let me allow you all to maybe discuss, and I at least in June I'm available both the first week and the second week. July is going to be busy for me. The early July we have Sadhana Shivir in Radha Madhav Dham the first 2 weeks, and the third week I'll be in Shri Kripalu Dham for Guru Purnima. So July is going to be a busy month for me, but this coming month is fine, either first week or second week. And in general, it doesn't make a difference to me, first week or second week. So I'll let you all maybe discuss
So, Bhaiya, we
over
can
the
have
next
2
few
sessions
days.
in June then.
Exactly, that's what I was. We have 2 sessions, please, in June, and then you miss out all July, but then similar.
Okay, yeah, maybe we can do both. I'll
Well,
leave it
that
up
would
to
be
you guys. You tell me.
Bhaiya, one
Surinder
of the
Bhaiya can send
Bhai-
me the decision.
Bhaiya, one of the online sessions, if you can join us
Oh, for the online Gurukul.
Saturday
yes, please.
evenings.
Yeah. Definitely once a month, please.
Weekends,
Is our request.
weekends can tend to be pretty busy for me.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
hard for me to commit on a weekend because of so much happening face to face. But it might be possible sometime. We'll try to work it out.
Thank you.
Okay. Radhe Radhe.
Anybody would like to contact with Swamiji, you can write to him the email, and you can take the contact details from your contact person, like Chitra Didi are in London, Vikas Bhaiya, Sohini Didi, myself, Anjan Bhaiya, all of us will be at your support, helping anyone. And the next session will convey to you, it will be either 6th of June or 13th of June. We come back to everybody. But it will be once every 4 weeks just now. But we are all greedy. We want to have more and Swamiji, because it is extremely useful for all of us. And there is actually a program within Austin. If anybody would like to go there from 3rd June to 8th June, Bhaiya, will that be okay if anybody is traveling into USA?
Yes, actually, yeah, that's a family Hinduism class. I have June 3rd to the 9th, I think, or 3rd to the 8th.
3rd to 8th.
At Radha Madhav Dham itself, and it's in the evenings, every evening. But of course, during the day, they can be in the ashram and participate in ashram activities. And in the evening, we have the Hinduism class. So anybody is welcome to come and join that.
Bhaiya, anything happening in August, like the summer vacation time of UK? Any family camp?
We have no, the first 2 weeks of July we have a big sadhana shivir, but not in August. I mean, August we have Janmashtami, which we're celebrating. I think that's in August, and we have a Friday, Saturday, Sunday special program for Janmashtami. But otherwise, there's no big. The big family program we have is in December. The December 25th to New Year's Day, 8 days program.
I think, Bhaiya, what happens is UK holidays, summer holidays are different than USA holidays. You lot start earlier. In USA, holidays start June until end of July, and ours start middle of or 3rd week of July until 1st week in September, 1st of September.
Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah.
Radha Radha Swamiji, when will you next come to London for any of your classes? Because we will attend.
I think actually I'll discuss with Surinder Bhaiya, but I think there's a possibility I could come in November and definitely in February. So we'll and maybe both of those times. So I have to fix the dates, talk to Surinder Bhaiya, and we'll fix those dates. And Siddheshwari Didi's coming in July.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe.
Anybody has got any questions at this moment? Please come forward.